When you go to File, New Project, you'll typically use one of the Apple provided application templates for iOS. You can see there are 8 templates available. However, we've provided our own additional template to get a quick start on creating a web view application. It's in the DJCAD menu, Webview app. Choose the template and click Next.
Enter product name. Enter product name.
Enter company identifier in reverse DNS format.
Choose device, iPhone, iPad, or universal for both devices.
Okay, so let's have a look at the main storyboard. So what you can see is actually quite similar to the Apple provided single view application template, and the difference is we've added a UI web view, and this is linked to the custom class DJ view controller, which we'll have a look at. The viewcontroller.h file is the header file, and it has an IB outlet of the main web view, so it links to that. And in the viewcontroller.m file, we have the method viewDidLoad, which fires as soon as the view has loaded, and it's now ready to for us to do something to it. And what we're going to do is get the path to the index.html file, and the HTML file we have in the template is very simple, hello world, and so we get the path to that file, we generate a file URL from the path, and then an NSURL request, and with that NSURL request we tell the main web view load request, and additionally we tell the main web view scroll view set scroll enable to no, so scrolling is disabled on that web view, and you could comment that out if scrolling is required, but I've put that in as a convenience as well. Okay, so we can press play and it's going to play the app in the iPhone Retina simulator, and as you can see there's not much to it, it's just hello world, the web page that we defined. And so we'll stop the app. Okay, so what we want to do now is replace this simple HTML with your own HTML project. So on the desktop here I've got a simple HTML project with folders and files embedded in this folder. There's images there, index.html, CSS file, JavaScript file, and so we want to drop that into the XCode project, and you can just check that out in Safari there on the desktop. It displays OK, that's fine. So it's just drag and drop the whole folder onto the project, and we need to pay attention to the settings here. We want to copy the items into the group's destination folder because it's not already there. And there's two options: either create groups for added folders, but in fact what we really want to do is create folder references for any added folders. And what that will do in the project hierarchy there, instead of being a yellow folder icon, it will be a blue folder icon, which means that it's an actual folder. The yellow icons aren't necessarily folders, they're actually just groups within XCode. So it's not a mapping of this browser is not a mapping of the file browser, it's organizational, so we want actual references to folders. So make sure that's checked, and also we're add to target of the output target. That's the app that's going to create. So there you can see it's a blue folder icon. That means it's actually the folder, and inside that, nested inside that are other folders. And so we can see in the Finder there's an actual folder for that project. It's been copied into the project, which is what we want. So in XCode, clearly we can view the new HTML, and we can delete the provided HTML because the hello world, we don't need that. What we'd want to do is load up this new index.html that I've just dropped into the project. So we'll go into classes, dgviewcontroller.m file. That gives us the viewDidLoad method that we looked at before. However, what we want to do is change the commenting here to enable that first line that I've just uncommented, and the reason being that we're going to, it's just a slightly different method signature. It's path equals path for resource index of type HTML in directory, and then the name of the directory Jigsaw Proto 1, whereas before we didn't have it in the directory. It was a file within the main bundle. Now it's within the directory. We need that slightly different method signature. So everything else remains the same, however. So it's basically just getting the new path to the new index.html, run the app now, and the JavaScript has some touch responsiveness in it, so we can see that HTML works as an application, which would be difficult to discern whether or not that's an HTML or a native application, because there's no visual clues to the fact that that's HTML.